So IEBGENER, very easy utility. Using IEBGENER to copy data from one PS file to another PS file. Now IEBGENER is a utility. You can use this to copy data from one file to another file, one PS file to another PS file. PS, remember, okay? Now, in the
Okay.
previous example in IABR 14, we had only one file. We either created the file PS or PDS or deleted the file PS or PDS. So we had only one file. But in case of IEBGENER, we'll have at least two files. In this case, we have two files, one input, one output. So which one is input, which one is output? How will you know? So there are fixed DD names in case of IEBGENER. CCUT1 is the DD name for input file. CCUT2 is the DD name for output file.
Okay.
These are fixed, predefined. These DD names are predefined only in case of IEBGENER. These are not used in any other JCL. Only in case of IEBGENER. CCUT1 means it is the input file. CCUT2 means it is output file. So matc.jahangir.ps is the input file.
Hmm.
Let me delete all those files. Okay. So this file is the input file that I have. So this file has these records. This is the input file, okay? And the length of the file also you can see 88 FB80. These are the attributes of this file. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to copy data from this file to a new file matc.jahangir.ps2. This ps2 is not already existing file. It is a new file that I'm going to create. So two things are happening. One is this file will be created newly and also data will be copied from input file to output file. And since it is getting created newly, I have provided all the information about this
Okay.
space, DCB, where it will stay, and all of that. SYSIN DD dummy is a mandatory statement. I'll tell you about the significance of this step in the next when we practice sort or ID games. SYSIN DD is study, but
Mhm.
for now, this line is mandatory. You have to write. See, I have written sysprint DD sysout. If I don't write, this JCL will fail. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if I submit this, maxis is 0. So this file should be created, jahangir.ps2. So see PS2 is created and data also will be exactly same as PS file. If you check the input file, same data, 4 records. This is the input file, same records. Got it?
Hmm.
So IEBGENER not only you can use in case of existing files, you can use it in in case of new files, the output file you can use in case of existing file also. For example, here input file I'll take this one. This time what I'm doing is I have taken two files. Both the files are already existing file. I'm not creating any file newly. That means, and also we know CCUT1 is the input file. So this is the input file for us. CCUT2 is output file. And in CCUT2 we are not taking using creating newly. So I have written this equal to old. The meaning of old we already know. Old means already existing file plus this file will be locked. Now when you use old in output file, also there is a meaning that whatever data this file already has will be replaced by input file data. Got it?
Hmm.
So first of all, if you get confused between input output files, look at this DD name. CCT1 means input, CCT2 means output. Now output file is existing file. Old means already existing file. Plus if you use old in case of input file, it means already existing file plus it will lock the file. If you use old in output file, it means already existing file plus it will lock the file plus whatever data this output file already has will be replaced by input file data. So let me write some data in the output file. Okay, this is the output file. Let me delete everything. I'll write your name. This is the output file. Okay, it
Hmm.
has
Okay.
your name. Then let me submit this job. Axis is 0. Now if you check, your name is not there. These are all input file data. That means input file data has replaced the data of the output file. Did you understand?
Yes.
So in output file, whatever data we already had before running the JCL has been erased and new data from input file has been copied. So there is one more example. Let me delete this data once more. So I will write your name again. In output file, I have written your name again, but this time I'm going to use mod. Mod means modify. Now the meaning of modify is output file, whatever data we already have before running the job will be there, and new data from input file will be copied to output file.
Okay.
Oh, this is called modify. So if you submit, so see your name is there, and these four are input file records. Got it?
Mm.
So this is how it will work. So output file can be created new. Output file can have old, this equal to old. Output file can have this equal to mod. Now this equal to old means data will be replaced in the output file. This equal to mod means data will be added in the output file. Appended. The word is appended. Append. So this data will be added in the output file after the at the end. Okay.
Okay. Mm.
Now now we can concatenate the data of multiple files into one file. For example, here what we'll do is we'll combine the data of two files into one. That means there are three files this time. There are two input files, one output file. Now how will you differentiate between which one is input? You know only two data names, DD names, CCFT1 and CCFT2. Whichever comes under CCFT1 is input, whichever comes under CCFT2 is output. Now in this case we have three files. How will you know which is input, which is output? So all the input files should be written under CCFT1. So there should be one CCFT1 and multiple DDDSN steps, DDDSN lines
Mm.
like this. So under one CCFT1, I have two DDDSN files. See, matc.jahangir.ps, matc.jahangir.ps2. And under CCFT2, I have only one file, matc.jahangir.ps3. Now, this PS and PS2 will be input for us, and PS3 will be output. So the data of PS and PS2 will be clubbed together. That means combined, and will be written in the output file. And output file will be also created newly. Like this, I think you can concatenate 9 files. I think so. If you submit it, see, this is the output. See, these 4 records came from first input file. These 5 records came from second input file.
Mm.
This is how you can combine. This is very important. In real time, we use them. Use it. Whenever we have to combine the data of multiple files, we have to do. Any doubt?
No. This is for only PS to PS, right?
Yes to PS, exactly.
Okay.
Now I'm telling you about the significance of this line. Okay. Now, generally what happens is if you execute a program, so these are all programs, right? If you execute a program which is a multitasking program, that means that program can do a lot of different things. Then how will the system know what you want to do in this JCL? It can do a lot of different things, right? It has a lot of functionalities. Now in this JCL, what it uh, what it will do, how the system will understand. Or if there are multiple files getting used in one JCL, how will the system know which is input, which is output? In those kind of cases, we provide some additional information here by giving slash double slash sysin dd star, then we give the additional information. Those are additional instructions that we provide. Those are called in-stream data. Meaning, if just imagine this utility can do a lot of different things. It can copy, it can erase data, it can do anything. Now, in this example, what you want to do, that you have to provide separately here because system does not know otherwise. But the thing is, IEBGENER can do only one thing. It can only copy data from input to output file. The data is in the same format, same order. There is no change in data. You cannot filter any data. Whatever is there in the input file is copied in the output file in exact same format. That is why system already knows that IEBGENER can do only one thing. It can copy entire data from input to output. And also the file names are constant. CCUT1 means input, CCUT2 means output. So we don't have any additional information to pass to the system. That is why we don't write any in-stream data. That is why we should write dummy. Dummy means there is no in-stream data. So sysin dd dummy. If we had sysin in-stream data, we should have written like this. Here something something. Since we don't have in case of IEBGENER, we write dummy statement. So sysin dd dummy. But in case of other JCLs, you will have sysin dd star.
Okay.
So now there is another utility called sort. This is just the extension of IEBGENER utility. Okay, whatever IEBGENER can't do, you have to do with sort utility. And sort utility also deals with this kind of things. It copies data from one file to another file, PS file to PS file. But this time you can do a lot of things. You can copy full data from input to output. You can copy selective data. You can filter out data. You can split a file into multiple output files. You can copy only unique records. You can do different things. Okay.
Hmm.
So whatever IBGener can't do, you can do with sort. Now in this case, PGM equal to sort you have to write. Now these DD names are different this time. In case of IBGener it was C51, C52. In case of sort it is sort in, sort out. These are also constant. Sort in is for input file, sort out is for output file. Very easy to remember, okay?
Hmm.
This is input file. See, same way I'm creating file. So I'm copying data from input file to output file, also creating the output file. Now, sort utility can do hundreds of things. There are unlimited examples of sort utility. You can copy full data from input to output. You can copy only first 5 records or first 10 records. You can skip first 5, 10 records and copy remaining records. You can copy only unique records. You can split a file. You can merge files. You can copy only particular fields from input file. You can copy only certain records where you have a particular value in input records. Hundreds of things you can do. Now, if you don't write this additional information, the system will not know what you exactly want to do. Do you want entire data, or do you want only filtered data, or do you want to split this file, or you want unique record? How will the system know? That is why we have to pass this information from here, what we exactly want from this JSON. So I have written sort fields equal to copy, and this is the only position where you don't have to write forward slash. Sysin DD star and forward slash star in between, whatever you write, you don't have to write two slashes there. So sort fields equal to copy means copy everything from input to output. It will copy entire
Okay.
data from input to output file. Okay. Now this will exactly work like IEBGENER utility only. So it will copy entire thing. So if you submit this, JCL error, I think this file this isn't. Hmm. Okay, here I give comma. I have to give dot. Okay.
Mm.
So now if I submit, axis is 0. So PS4 I have created. If you check, CPS4 is created and you can check the data also. So this works exactly like the IEBGENER utility, the first example. Okay.
Mm.
Now next example is I will show you two more examples. That's it. If you want to arrange this data in ascending order of these names, can you do? So these names Deva, Jahangir, Hamid, Ashok, these are in random fashion, right? So you want to arrange all these records based on the ascending order of the names. That you cannot
Okay.
do with IBGener, but you can do with sort. You have to do is, since you have to compare this name field, there is a proper structure of every file. Every file has a proper structure. Okay, first you will have you can have anything actually. So here in this case we have name, first 10 characters. Then we have some salary, then some indicator field, then we have date of joining, then we have email ID. Now, since we have to arrange these records based on the ascending order of the names, where does the name start in the input file? First position, correct? And what is the length
Mm.
of the file? Length of the name field? 10. Okay?
Okay.
It is 10. Because some names are
Mm.
4 characters, some are 8 characters, some will be 10 characters, some are less characters. Like that. Bro, can you give me the mobile? Just 1 second, I'm getting a call.
Yeah.
Okay? So name field starts at first position, length is 10. So what you have to write here is 1 comma 10. 1 is the starting position of the field, 10 is the length. So anytime you compare on any field, you have to write the position where it's starting and what is the length of the field. Now these are names. This is a name, okay? Name is character. So you have to write the type also. Type is CH. CH means character and A means ascending. 1 comma 10 comma CH comma A. 1 is the starting position, 10 is the length, CH is the type of data which you are comparing, and A is either ascending or descending. So if you submit, okay, PS4 is already there. No, it will fail. So PS5, PS5. So see, Ashok, then Deva, then Hamid, then Jahangir. It is arranged in ascending order. In input file, Deva was there first. Ashok A
Mm.
comes first, then D, then H, then J. So these are arranged. Similarly, if you want to arrange in descending means highest to lowest. Ascending means lowest to highest, right? So if you have to give D in place of A, rest of the things will be same. If you submit this, see, J comes first, then H, then D, then A. Got it?